Sairam, Sairam, everybody. Today's topic of discussion, Chintan Manthan, discussion and deliberation is Kundalini. What is Kundalini? Where is Kundalini? What is the meaning of Kundalini? How relevant, how important is Kundalini? So everything to do with this particular subject title, which is called Kundalini, is what we will be talking today. Now, first we will go with the name. Kundalini. What does it mean? What does it signify? As I always say, most of the universal secrets, so-called secrets, or the subjects, which is felt and thought to be, or ought to be, extremely difficult to understand and internalize, is always hiding in plain sight. And it is the easiest and the simplest form, simplest way, or simplest thing to understand. It is our human mind which complicates everything. But in reality, it is very simple. And the name of any subject itself explains half of the meaning of that particular subject. Today's subject is Kundalini. First, let us go by the name, Kundalini. Name is, let us say, divided into two. Let's split it into two. Kunda. What is Kunda? Kunda is a container or a pot. Kunda. Kundalini means someone who resides inside a pot in a circular manner. That's the actual meaning of the name Kundalini. Kunda, we all know in Sanskrit word, Hindi, Devanagari, is a pot, a container. So in that, the one who resides in that is Kundalini. Now, this is a transliteration of the name called Kundalini. Let's dive deep into it. Let's start understanding what is Kundalini. Now, Kundalini is nothing but energy or the Chaitanya. The Chaitanya or the energy which we talk about in our spiritual context, in our interpretation and understanding in Shunya Kriya of Saipanth, is of two types, multiple types, multiple divisions and definitions. But what is relevant to us is what we talk about. What is relevant to us is Sthula Chaitanya, the physical energy, the energy which is emanating from the physical body. And then the Mula Chaitanya, the Adi Chaitanya. The Adi Chaitanya, the energy, is Kundalini. Adi means the first, the primordial. Adi Chaitanya is Kundalini. Sthula Chaitanya is your physical energy. The Adi Chaitanya has been given a name called Kundalini. That Kundalini does not have any gender, does not have any attributes. It is purest form of energy. That energy called the Kundalini, since it is Adi Chaitanya, the Chaitanya, which is energy, is also called as Shakti, the power or the force. That is very transliteration, or you can call the same Mother Kundalini as Adi Shakti. Adi is the primordial or the first, the origin, Shakti. Adi Shakti is Kundalini. Now, the moment word Adi Shakti has been used, we all attribute it to goddess, a feminine gender, a goddess who has got the attributes of all the gods and goddesses, and given a name, a frame, a shape, and a form, and called as Adi Shakti. Adi Shakti, if you look at it or if you decipher it as it is said, as the name suggests and states, Adi is the first or the origin or the primordial, Shakti is energy. Adi Yogi, the first primordial, yogi, the first yogi. Adi Guru, the first Guru, the one who brought the Guru Tattva to the world, gave the Guru Tattva to the world, Sri Dattatreya. Likewise, Adi Shakti means the primordial and the first energy. That's it. But our conditioned mind, going by what we have been learning and practicing and doing so on and so forth, so many things, we think that Adi Shakti is one goddess, feminine, form, name, attributes. It is a wrong understanding. It is completely false. Go by the name's transliteration as it is said. Adi Shakti, the primordial or the first or the origin of energy, force, power, whatever you call it. Manifestation of energies, performance or progression is called the force, Shakti. Shakti comes from the Chaitanya. So Adi Shakti is not female or male. It is primordial energy. That primordial energy is Kundalini. That Kundalini is Adi Shakti, which is within us. That is it. So the moment next time you hear Adi Shakti, don't visualize a female god, feminine, shape and form and name, and then don't. Just dismantle those belief systems. Transliteration, Adi Shakti. That same Kundalini is called as Adi Shakti. Right. Now, coming to the name again. What is Kundalini? Kunda, as I explained, is a pot. Yagna Kunda, Havana Kunda is a container, a pot, within which it resides. Kundalini, the one who remains in a pot. Now, what is that pot? that container within which there's a disturbance. Can you please mute this? So that container within which this Chaitanya called the Kundalini resides is called the Muladhara. Now, I shall share the image of Muladhara. Now, if you see, this is the Muladhara Chakra. Within Muladhara Chakra, what you see is Muladhara, the triangular in shape right here. Where is it situated? Here, right at the bottom of your spine, our spine. This is our spine. Right at the bottom of the spine is Muladhara Chakra. The one which resides within the Muladhara Chakra, the triangular in shape, which is Muladhara. Muladhara is within Muladhara Chakra. Within that is the Mother Kundalini. I'm sure when I said it is beyond and it is not gender specific, it doesn't have a gender, and we see a feminine face here. We will come to that. This is the Kunda or the container in which the Kundalini is residing. This is Kundalini. This is the Kunda. Within Kunda is the Lini, the Kundalini who resides. That Kunda is called as Muladhara. Right? This is Mother Kundalini. Now, the moment Kundalini is said, there are a lot of interpretations, misinterpretations, belief systems, even fear, confusion, chaos. Lot of things are attributed to Mother Kundalini. Now, why is it that a genderless energy, the Adi Shakti called the Mother Kundalini, called the Kundalini, has been addressed as Mother Kundalini? Quite contradictory to what I just said, that it is a genderless, lingatita. Na strilinga, na pullinga, na napumsakalinga. It's not even napumsaka. It is just energy. Now, the only attribute that energy has in our yoga sadhana, people who have attained a Sahasrara sadhana, they all know. The only attribute this Chaitanya has is compassion. Please remember the word compassion. The only attribute, the only, which Kundalini has is compassion. Compassion of a mother, the selfless, the love, and the care and the concern of a mother. That compassionate energy, which has all the attributes of a mother, hence it is been called as Mother Kundalini. Also, why we call Kundalini as a mother is because everything has emanated from that Chaitanya. The origin of our existence is from that Chaitanya, the Mula Chaitanya. So the one who has given birth to the entire human existence, to the universal existence, existence of every living and non-living being is that Chaitanya. The attribute of giving birth to anything is feminine in nature. Hence, also we call that Chaitanya as Mother Kundalini. The birth of the universe has occurred because of her, because of it. The whole creation is because of that one Chaitanya. The Shunya to Sakshi, since we are Advaitis, Sakshi is what we always believe in, the Brahman. Brahman is always in a state of witness. Again, Brahma is genderless, neither male nor female. Just a witness, a Sakshi, a Brahman. From Sakshi came the Shabdha, the sound. The Shabdha, when it was condensed, came the Chaitanya, the energy, the force. That is the one which we call as Kundalini. From that Chaitanya, which condensed, became matter. Likewise, the flow of creation happened, matter, mass, and Big Bang, and so on and so forth. So everything, the womb of our creation, even the universe has emanated from the same Chaitanya, which is right at the bottom of our spine, coiled and resting, the primordial energy. Hence, we call that Chaitanya as Kundalini, Mother Kundalini. Right. So, this is about the definition and how the gender was attached to this Chaitanya. And the attribute of compassion, the love. Everybody says in spirituality, the divine, the God, Guru, or anything works only because of unconditional love that the God has for us. That love of unconditional love for the children, and also the one who is responsible for the creation of the whole universe, including all of us, every living and non-living being, is emanated from Mother Kundalini. That is why we call her the mother. Attribute of feminine gender has been attached to her. The Hiranya Garbha, the golden womb, is Mother Kundalini, is in Mother Kundalini. Right. This is the understanding of Mother Kundalini. Now coming to some of the misconceptions. The moment Kundalini word is used, everybody will think of a serpent, a snake, which is the biggest mistake. Mother Kundalini is not a serpent. It is not a snake. There are books written as about Mother Kundalini as the serpent power, which is grossly mistaken. It is not a serpent. It is not a snake. It may move like a snake, or a snake may move like the movement of Mother Kundalini, not the other way around. Doesn't make that a serpent. No. It is just a energy, that's it. Filled with compassion. I gather and I understand from some of the expressions of our fellow yogis and yoginis, the Avadhutas of Saipanth, that some of these initiation processes during which if Mother Kundalini is risen through the process of initiation, people start moving like snakes, rolling on the floor and moving like serpents and behaving and dancing. It is just a drama, a disgusting, cheap drama. I am not condemning them. I'm empathetic towards them because they've been fed these kind of wrong belief system, wrong beliefs. So they start behaving like that. They nagging dance, in other words. They start performing. No, it is wrong. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work. It doesn't make people do all these stupid things. It is just that these things are fed into the people's mind, and upon so-called initiation, people will start believing in all these, actions and reactions, and they start behaving like that. It is as simple as that. Creative consciousness is working strongly in them. I'm empathetic towards them. I'm not condemning them. Neither I'm trying to state in a condescending manner. The fact is that it is just a drama. And masters are responsible, so-called masters who are misguiding people are responsible to correct it. It doesn't happen that way. Now, the tantrics also worship Mother Kundalini. Tantrics again is not bad. Tantra is a technology. Tantra, again, the moment it says tantrics, everybody gets alarmed. No, don't. The one who goes by the technology is translation. Tantra means technology. Tantra jnana. Knowledge of techniques and technology. So they also worship Mother Kundalini. They go by rising Mother Kundalini. The problem arises when Tantra becomes Kutantra. Kutantra is dangerous. Tantra is not. Tantra Yoga is good. Atharvana Veda is all about Tantra. Technology. And incidentally, we the Avadhuta Sampradayas, our basis, we are Atharvana Vedis. We also go with the technology or the technique of rising Mother Kundalini, but in a very sattvic way. Right? So the same thing when it is done by the forces in a negative manner is the Tantra becomes Kutantra. Kutantra is bad. Tantra is not bad. Tantric in transliteration is a spiritual technician who knows the technology. That's it. Kutantri is bad. Kutantri is the one who is misusing the Tantra Jnana. So Tantra Jnana uses or follows the worships Mother Kundalini. For people, it will be surprising to know even the Bhakti Yoga. There are several types of yoga. We are Raja Yogis adhering to Maharshi Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. We have our own interpretation of Ashtanga Yoga. Anyone who follows Maharshi Patanjali's Yoga Sutra and Ashtanga Yoga is a Raja Yogi in a larger definition. But not every yoga is Raja Yoga. Kriya Yoga is Raja Yoga, the yoga which is followed by Ramakrishna Mission is Raja Yoga. Likewise, there are few. Shunya Kriya is Raja Yoga. Sahaj Yoga is Raja Yoga. There are several yogas. Transcendental meditation is not a Raja Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is not a Raja Yoga. Even Hatha Yoga is not a Raja Yoga. These are all different types of yoga. Yoga, transliteration, is to become one with. Yoga, to become one with. But in all these yogas, the rise of Mother Kundalini is a primordial requirement, including Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Kriya Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Tantra Yoga, Raja Yoga, all the verticals within the Raja Yoga. Every yoga eventually comes to Mother Kundalini, rise of Mother Kundalini and opening of Sapta Chakras. There is no other, way. Rise of Mother Kundalini is the only thing in whichever path you do, any yoga that you follow, Bhakti, Shakti, Jnana, Hatha, Raja, any kind of yoga you do, eventually everything is centered around the rise of Mother Kundalini. So that is the bottom line. And rise of Kundalini and opening of Sapta Chakras. So that is how significant is Mother Kundalini's rise. Now we have understood the transliteration of the word Kundalini. Where is the residence of Mother Kundalini in every vertebrate? Right at the bottom of our spine. And that Kunda, which is embedded within Muladhara Chakra, within Muladhara, the triangular in shape, is Mother Kundalini. Mother Kundalini is not a serpent. We are clear about it. It is not a snake or a serpent. And when the Mother Kundalini rises, all the behavior of the seeker, jumping around and rolling on the floor and moving like a snake, is all a drama. None of that is true. It is just a delusion. So all the yogic orders, whatever yoga that we choose to practice, eventually comes down to rise of Mother Kundalini. And rise of Mother Kundalini and opening up all the chakras and integrating at Sahasrara, the crown of our head, is your spiritual evolution. Whether you do Bhakti Yoga or any sorts of yoga. Right. Now, how does Mother Kundalini rise? And when does she rise? Is the initiation necessary? Is Mother Kundalini has to be risen by someone? Can it happen on its own? Should she be risen by a person? How does it all happen? If at all, if she is dormant, why is she dormant? Now we are going to address her as Mother Kundalini and she, attaching the gender, because I have explained why the gender has been attached. Attribute of a feminine gender has been attached. So we will start calling her as Mother Kundalini. Why she has to be risen? Why is she in a slumber? Why is she dormant? Why not she is always in an awakened state? Right? These are the questions which should come across our minds, our thoughts. Mother Kundalini is certainly dormant because of ignorance, because of Arishad Vargas, the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, which are the weapons of Maya. Maya is an illusion. Creator of that illusion is your mind. Your mind itself is Maya. Again, Maya doesn't have a gender. We call Maya auntie, Maya memsa, but whatever. But then it is not, it doesn't have a gender, right? Maya's six weapons or mind's six weapons are the lust, the anger, the greed, the lust, the anger, the greed, the attachment, the ego, and the jealousy. These are the only six attributes of or the weapons of Maya. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These six weapons of Maya has been unleashed. It has been unleashed because of our karma phalas. Sanchita karma, Suchita karma, Vartamana karma, Prarabdha karma, Kriyamana karma, Agami karma, all sorts of karmas. So because of that influence of Arishad Vargas, and that causes the ignorance of not identifying our true selves. Who am I? We don't have an answer for. We recognize ourselves with our physical entity. We recognize ourselves as what the names we carry. We do not recognize ourselves as the Brahman, Brahman himself. Aham Brahmasmi. Because of that, the muck and the dirt which has collected on us, on our spiritual intellect, Mother Kundalini is in slumber. So the rise of Mother Kundalini depends wholly on clearing our own wrong belief systems, and we start identifying ourselves as the Brahman. That is what is called the awakening. That state is called the enlightenment. When we know ourselves, we are enlightened. That is when Mother Kundalini rises. She is in slumber because we have confused our true selves. So Mother Kundalini is in slumber in our Muladhara. She is just residing there. Now coming to the rise of Mother Kundalini. How does it happen? There are different ways, many different ways of rise of Mother Kundalini. One is the initiation which is done by a guru, which is called the Guru Mukhena. Through the grace and the technique of the Guru, he is a master of how to rise Mother Kundalini, who himself is completely enlightened, who has completed the process of attaining Shunya. He or she, a Guru is not necessarily a male, Guru can rise Mother Kundalini. All this knowledge of what Mother Kundalini is, who it is, what it is not really required if it has to happen by the grace of the Guru. Sri Sainatha, so long as Saipanthis and yogis of Shunitri are concerned. So when a guru rises Mother Kundalini, then he starts imparting, and as she rises and rises, opens all the Sapta Chakras. The evolution or the Avadhuta begins. Somebody's audio is not muted, please. Now, the rise of Mother Kundalini, as I was mentioning, is Guru Mukhena, by the ability of a Guru, by the grace of the Guru, by the interference and participation of the Guru. Second, in Bhakti Marga, through our devotion, Navavidha Bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Archanam, likewise, finally you attain a state of Atmanivedanam, oneness, Dasyam, Navavidha Bhakti. So in the ninefold Bhakti Marga, when you start, 90% of the Sanatanis are Bhakti Margis. 100% of the Abrahamical religion followers are Bhakti Margis. 90% of them, I would say. So Bhakti Marga, through that also, they practice Navavidha Bhakti. Everybody goes by the stages of Bhakti. So when they practice that, eventually the mother rises. The oneness with the divine entity whom they are worshipping, Mother Kundalini rises. That is sattvic, which is nice. Whether you do transcendental meditation, whether you do any types of meditation or any type of sadhana, eventually Jnana Yoga, with Jnana Yoga also Mother Kundalini rises. With Sankhya, practice of Sankhya, which is more of discussion, deliberation, logic, tarka, with that also eventually Mother Kundalini rises. So eventually all the yogas that we do is, bottom line is the rise of Mother Kundalini and opening of Sapta Chakras. That is the only thing. Any religion you follow, in Sanatana, that is Hindu religion or Bauddha Dharma, all the religions which have originated from this land of India, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Hinduism, all these things have made reference to Kundalini. So there is nothing much to talk about. But even in the Abrahamical religion, it is the rise of Mother Kundalini. I'll go on to, I'll take the liberty of, explaining at least a reference to Mother Kundalini in both Islam and Christianity, and also in Judaism, three primary religions which have emanated from the Abrahamical religion, from the followers of Abraham. Judaism, the cap that they wear, the black one, and the pointer refers to the Brahmarandra and the rise of Kundalini. In Islam, they wear the cap, the netted one, signifies 1,000 petals, and the center has got a hole in it, signifies Brahmarandra and Sahasrara. To quote, when Christ said, I stand at the end of tunnel of darkness, The tunnel of darkness is the Sushumna Nadi, which ends at the Agnya Chakra. The Christ, Jesus says that I stand at the end of tunnel of darkness. The tunnel of darkness is Sushumna Nadi, through which Mother Kundalini rises. And when she reaches Agnya Chakra, it just opens up. That is where I stand. That is the path of enlightenment and the light. That's what Christ says. And specifically, how both Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, as well as Jesus Christ, mentioned about Mother Kundalini. People attribute it to the biological entities. But when Christ said, behold the mother, he said, behold the mother. He did, of course, respect his mother, as well as advised all of us to respect our biological mothers. But when he said that, behold the mother, he said, behold the primordial mother, Mother Kundalini. For she is the path and the gateway to the heavens and heavenly abode of the God. That's what Christ says. He refers to Mother Kundalini. Prophet Muhammad, he mentions the same. The path to the heaven, way to the heaven, is from the feet of a mother, our mother. Of course, he refers it to the biological mother. That is where our limited understanding rests. But what he actually means is Mother Kundalini. So Mother Kundalini has been mentioned in Greek mythology, Greek belief system. Amadeus, the spine, the medical science use that symbol. The spine and two serpents, and at the edge of the spine, you have two wings opening up, Agnya Chakra, two petaled lotus, or the flower, the Agnya Chakra. Eventually, all religions come to this Mother Kundalini and her rise. There is nothing other than that. All the religious practices, all the yoga sadhanas, whether it is karma yoga, kriya yoga, bhakti yoga, shakti yoga, yukti yoga, jnana yoga, siddhi samadhi yoga, any kind of yoga you do, eventually it comes to the rise of Mother Kundalini and opening of Sahasrara. There is nothing other than that. The namaz that the Muslims do is completely balancing the nadis, Ida Pingala Sushumna nadis, and bowing their head towards their holy place of Kaaba. And the spine is straight and pointing towards Kaaba. Is nothing but yoga. Everything eventually, if you correlate and if you apply logic and little bit of analysis that you do, you will find out and understand and realize. Same thing. Same path, same way, same story from different place, different language, different practices. Eventually, it is the rise of Mother Kundalini, which is important and significant. Nothing else is. Whatever we do, we are eventually trying to rise Mother Kundalini. That's it. We may have disagreements, fights, arguments. Whether you're Advaiti, you're a Advaiti, you're a Vishishtadvaiti, Dvaitadvaiti, Shuddhadvaiti, Purnadvaiti, Achinta Veda, Veda, whatever you are, eventually, rise of Mother Kundalini is the only thing which is going to happen. Every master who has started the religious practices and path has done it working around the rise of Mother Kundalini. That's it. That is the ultimate truth. Now, when I speak about Hatha Yoga, I have my objections towards Hatha Yoga. Not judging, but I have my observations and I'm concerned. Hatha Yoga and Kutantra. These are two things. Mantra Yoga, at certain times. These are the things, these practices are my concern. Mantra Yoga, still it is okay. I'll explain. All other yogas are still okay. But when it comes to Mantra Yoga, what is my resistance or what is my concern? The concern is mantra is certainly effective provided it is recited in the way it should be recited. If your mantrochara, if it is wrong, it is okay if it doesn't adversely affect us. But my concern is, yes, it does affect us adversely if we are not initiated by a proper guru, the one who has taught the ucharana properly. Because if the mantra ucharanas are if the ucharanas of the mantra is wrongly done, it will affect us adversely. So unknowingly, people don't even recite Omkara properly. They say Om. It is not Om, it is Aham. It's always every Bijakshara is recited in three subdivision. A, U, Ma. It is Om. For example, Bijakshara of Muladhara Chakra is Lam. People say Lam, Lam, rubbish. It is wrong. It is long, long, long. Likewise, every Bijakshara has to recite on this. And the Bijaksharas are prefix for the mantrocharas, shlokas. So it has to be properly done. If it is not done properly, it can or it does affect us adversely. So my concern about mantra yoga, through which the rise of Mother Kundalini, this is the concern for the rise of Mother Kundalini and adverse effect on us. My resistance or my strong objections to the practice of Hatha Yoga and Kutantra, Kshudra. Kshudra is not bad or negative. Kshudra is something which is easily attainable. What is my worry, concern? I want to give a simple example, very simple example, so that it is easy for us to comprehend and understand. Let us say we were all children, school-going children, infants to grown-ups, say about 7-8-year-old child that we are, any child is. Let's say we've got adverse weather condition and it is going to turn cold, it's going to become very cold, it's going to, there is, weather is adverse. So you're not supposed to eat ice creams. I'm just bringing a very simple, example. We're not supposed to eat ice creams during that adverse weather condition. What do? Our temptations, our desire to have a scoop of ice cream, we get stubborn. We start demanding and we'll put our foot down and we'll start insisting, forcing our mother to serve us a scoop of ice cream. Initially, she will say, no, baby, don't do that. It is going to harm you. Don't. It is not going to help you. It may, you will get a fever, you'll get a throat pain, you'll get these infection, but you won't listen. You don't care. You will insist, you will start throwing tantrums, you'll start crying and howling and this and that. She becomes extremely helpless, and finally she'll say, here you go, have this. I know you're going to suffer. Then don't come to me crying. You will suffer, I'm telling you, don't. Fine, I'm giving in. Have this ice cream. How much ever she tries to stop us, we don't stop. So we eat it. We fall sick. We get a throat infection. Then she will say, I told you. I told you not to do it. I told you to wait. I know when to serve you. I have kept it for you. Now I will take you to the doctor. Come, put you on antibiotics or get you an injection done. We cry, we suffer. And there is another set of children who are obedient. They express, mother, I want to have a scoop of ice cream. And then mother says, fine, Baba, it is not a right weather for you to have ice creams. Just wait. Have it after 2-3 days. During the day, in the afternoon, it's good. Weather will be supportive and this and that. And you listen and she serves you. You are fine. She knows what she's giving you and when she has to give you. Exactly how your yoga sadhana works. Hatha yoga. You are insistent. Whether you are physically ready or not. Whether you are biologically ready or not, intellectually ready or not, spiritually ready or not, I want it. I am going to force myself. There are some yoga sadhana where the heel is kept to the bottom of the spine and they jump and forcefully rise Mother Kundalini. How stupid. How idiotic. How illogical. Be very careful. Stay away. I am not mincing with my words. Don't. People do that. And I'm sure many of the yogis and yoginis have seen or known or even experienced these kind of stupid practices. Even in Yogasana, the Hatha Yoga is like, stand in a posture. If it pains, you should endure it and ensure that you grow above and beyond that physical pain. It is Hatha Yoga. How stupid it is. How ridiculous it is. When Swami Vivekananda, I refer to him as Swamiji, when he said that Hatha Yoga is the most idiotic thing to do. Because Maharshi Patanjali has very beautifully said it in Yoga Sutra that Sthira Sukhasana, stable. For Dhyana, the best posture is Sthira Sukha Asana. Sthira, stable, Sukha, comfortable. Asana, sit comfortably. Don't force yourself. It is ridiculous. So Hatha Yogic way of rising Mother Kundalini is dangerous, illogical, irrational. It is devoid of intellect. It is devoid of logic. It is devoid of everything. In no uncertain terms, not mincing it words, I am bluntly putting it across. It is wrong. Do not do it. If somebody is doing it, please put a word of caution. Ask them not to do it. I have seen people dying by practicing Hatha Yoga to rise Mother Kundalini or using Hatha Yoga process to rise Mother Kundalini. In front of me, people have died. Like the stubborn children who do not listen to the mother. What happens to the mother? Finally, she says, here you go. You don't listen to me. You eat this. Do what you want to do. I'm helpless. But I'll take you to the doctor. Do not restrict your thoughts to this birth. Within this birth, mother will rise and She will heal and take care of your adventures, results of your adventures. No, she'll put an end to the body and then you take birth again and come. That's it. And my intent is not to scare anybody, but if they are scared, I have no problem with it. I am happy that they are scared. Everybody is scared of Hatha Yoga. Second, and I am open for debate and discussion on this. Anybody on any plane, any platform, I can speak. Second, Kutantra. Are we going to manipulate our mother? You think our manipulation is not known to her? This is how simple it is. Kutantra, Aghoras, they do all these things sitting on the Chitadhasma, where the bodies are cremated. They sit there and perform the mantra. Apparently, I'm not too sure, but yet I am stating this. They eat the nadis of a person, corpse. Somebody is dead. They draw out some parts of it, Saraswati nadi, this nadi, that nadi, and they try to eat, and just to rise Mother Kundalini. Kutantris. That I'm sure none of you will even think of venturing out. But these are all the wrong ways of rising Mother Kundalini. She gives in, but she puts an end abruptly. Here, do not restrict your thoughts to this body, this birth and death. No, she is not bothered. She has seen you in thousands of births. She is going to see you till you attain your salvation or oneness. She's a mother. It's like she changes, our biological mother changes our clothes when we have soiled ourselves. Likewise, she changes our body. Your primordial mother. So do not get into this stubborn yoga, which is called the Hatha Yoga, Tantra, Kutantra, and all that nonsense. Stay focused. Leave it to Mother. Trust the indwelling Mother. She will rise. She will do what is necessary. She is in charge of your life. That is the way one should progress. The same thing Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi had said, Sahaja, natural, Sahaja. It has to rise on its own. You leave it to her. You do your dhyana. The same thing what Lord Krishna says, the same shloka of Bhagavad Gita is applicable here also. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Do not worry about the fruits of your, results of your efforts or the fruits of your efforts. It will come to you. You put your efforts. Do your yoga sadhana. Do your dhyana. Leave it to the mother. She knows how to evolve you. Have little patience. What Baba said, faith and patience. Have faith and patience. She'll do it. Applying the Avadhuta Sampradaya's philosophy, which is Shraddha Saburi, faith and patience, and consistency in our yoga sadhana, what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Just follow that, we'll be fine. Mother will take care of it. So that is the significance of going with the flow of the rise of Mother, not forcing her. Right. Now, what are all the things that the mother does? How the awakening of the Kundalini happens, we have covered. What are the different ways? What should be avoided, we have discussed. What path has to be avoided, we have discussed. Now, what is the way, where and how Mother Kundalini rises and progresses us? As explained, shown in the image, Mother Kundalini is right at the bottom of our spine. Within Muladhara Chakra is Muladhara. In that is the Swayambhu, the matter, and the Chaitanya, the Kundalini, the energy, circled. 3.5 circles. 3 represents the three gunas, the creation, the preservation, and the implosion. Everybody say destruction, no, it is implosion, right? Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. And the tail, 3.5, the one which drops, speaks about eternity. Eternal source, it just keeps flowing. That is what it symbolizes, not a serpent or a snake, right? And that Mother Kundalini is in a slumber state when we get initiated from a Kundalini, she becomes Jagrita Kundalini. Once she rises, she starts traveling up. Contrary to a lot of belief system that the Mother Kundalini rises through the Ida Nadi, sometimes to Pingala Nadi, no. Extremely 1 in a billion or whatever. But let's not get there. Let's understand. Mother Kundalini always travels through the Sushumna Nadi. So Mother Kundalini, when she rises through Sushumna Nadi, there are 4 things she does. First, we should understand the significance of 7 chakras, Sapta chakras. The Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agnya, Sahasrara. Right? These are the 7 chakras. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipuraka chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, Agnya chakra, Sahasrara chakra. Please stop insulting those chakras by calling that as bottom chakra, sacral chakra, navel chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, forehead chakra. Please. We are all grown up. That really annoys me, disgusts me if anybody calls it as this throat chakra, tummy chakra, and all that, heart chakra, and all that nonsense. Respect it by saying it. It is not very difficult. The ucharana is not very difficult. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipuraka chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, Agnya chakra, Sahasrara chakra. Agnya can also be spelt as Ajna, Ajna, but Agnya is the right word. Now, what does the Sapta Chakras and Mother Kundalini, how are they connected? How are they intertwined? 3 nadis. To the left is Ida Nadi, to the right is Pingala Nadi, the central Nadi, the central nervous system is the Sushumna Nadi. Mother Kundalini, let us say, travels only in Sushumna Nadi. And there are 7 chakras placed, stacked one above the other in Sushumna Nadi, as I just said. The first being the Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddha, Agnya, Sahasrara. So what does Mother do? And why she does what she does? Each chakra governs, not controls, governs certain organs of our body. Muladhara chakra controls all the organs below our waist, our excretory system, urinary tract. Swadhisthana chakra is where the gray cells are made. It also controls our reproductive organs. Manipuraka chakra takes care of all the abdominal organs, the liver, the spleen, the kidneys, partly the kidneys, the intestine, the stomach, everything. Manipuraka chakra. Then Anahata chakra, the heart, the lungs. Vishuddha, Anahata, also overall health of the body, the immune system, everything is controlled by Anahata. Muladhara chakra, again, the first one controls our skeletal system. Calcium levels in a body. Vishuddha, the throat, ears. ENT, ears, throat, nose, everything. Agnya chakra, the brain, the nervous system. the neurons, the gray cells. Though the gray cells are made in Swadhisthana Chakra, it travels through the, spinal canal and makes a layer on all above, above our brain, but governed by Agnya Chakra, then Sahasrara. So every chakra takes care of our physical bodies, our Sthula Shariras, organs, and overall health, well-being. It also takes care of, these chakras also takes care of, especially Anahata, particularly Anahata, takes care of our emotional, psychological health. Emotional imbalances, the aggression to suppression, everything, all psychiatric, psychological. For example, people may treat the brain to take care of the hormones, particularly the serotonin released in the brain, which is again controlled by Agnya, but the emotions which emanates from, due to which the secretion of the hormones are, is in the Anahata Chakra. Anahata is the most crucial and the important chakra of all the chakras, right? We've discussed that. Now the mother, what she does? First, the nadis are balanced and she starts rising through the Sushumna Nadi. She does 4 things. First, she heals the chakra. Chakras are affected adversely because of our physical condition or the health conditions, or the malfunctioning of the organs in our body. So she heals it. Treatment, she treats it, she heals it. Then the stage of convalescence comes, that is recovering. At that time, she nurtures it. She heals first, she nurtures and ensures that the chakra becomes healthy. Because if the chakra is healthy, the body is healthy. She heals, she nurtures, and then after nurturing and recovery, she energizes. So ensures that the chakra is energized. And even an imbalance of the chakra causes our ill health. So she balances the chakras. She heals, nurtures, energizes, and balances. And she becomes one with the chakra. She engulfs the chakra with her pure love and compassionate energy, the energy that she herself is, and she moves to the next. So Mother Kundalini does these 4 things. She heals, nurtures, energizes, and balances the chakra, and she blossoms. Due to which the chakras are open, they're vibrant. Then she moves to the next chakra. With this path and with this nurturing of chakras by Mother Kundalini, what happens to us? We are healthy physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically. When we are perfectly balanced, healed, nurtured, energized, we are in a good space, our mind works better, our worldly life improves. Our spiritual progression is intact. And the whole purpose of it all is the mother's only selfish interest is our well-being and our spiritual evolution. So she does these 4 things. Now, when it comes to the Kutantra and Hatha, the mother, the Chaitanya that she is compassionate, forcefully when it does, instead of doing these 3, she pierces through the chakras. Just an energy with compassion. When if it is left to itself through the process of the nature, we also call nature as Mother Nature because compassion. You see everything in the nature, you sow a seed, you nurture it, you give the manure to it, and there is sunlight, there is photon, and there is germination. Slowly, a seed becomes a sapling, sapling to a plant, plant to a tree. It's a process. It's a beautiful process in nature. Likewise, Mother Kundalini also does beautifully. But when you start stemming it, forcing it, you call this as genetic engineering or doing something, modifying the seed and do some nonsense, and it's gone. So that is where the Mother Kundalini, when it is being done through the Hatha Yoga or Kutantra, Aghora Sadhana, Ghora, she pierces through the chakra and the end is imminent and it is unpredictable when it is going to hit you. So please be cautious. Eventually, she passes through the Sahasrara and becomes one with the Parama Chaitanya. That is the beauty of Mother Kundalini. Now, when she passes through the Sushumna Nadi, she passes through the Sahasrara, she becomes one with the Parama Chaitanya. How is it felt? You will feel the flow of energy. Initially, it will be a little warm or a prickly sensation or something very mild upon initiation. And slowly the warm will become less warm or less warm or less warm. And when the chakras are perfectly, aligned and it is vibrant, it is balanced, it is energized, it is opened, it is healed, nurtured, the flow of energy becomes cool. And it flows through our system, our own body, to the shoulders, through our elbows, into our palm. Through our palm, the Mother Kundalini's Chaitanya goes out. When it goes out, you will feel a little bit of prickly sensation in your palm, your fingertips. It's basically all the blocks are opening up. Sometimes you will feel in the itching sensation, this and that. It's basically a process of cleansing. So that's how beautifully she does. Have patience, nothing to worry. She'll do it. She knows. Right. The experience of Mother Kundalini is a flow of energy from your Sahasrara, particularly in Shunya Kriya and many parts of, even in Shaktipatha. I have heard, I'm not sure about it. Shaktipatha, it's the flow of energy. They try to initiate at Agnya Chakra, it is incomplete. But Sahasrara initiation, opening the Brahmarandra is the right way where Mother Kundalini passes through and becomes one with the Paramachaitanya. Right? This is what it is all about Mother Kundalini. Now, as always, if anybody has any questions or anybody needs any clarification regarding Mother Kundalini, I'm happy to answer. Does anybody have any thoughts about it or questions? And that's it. Thank you. Saram, Saram, Saram.